NBC Sports in Martinsville, Virginia. With NASCAR racing, the Subway 500 under its first caution after Jimmy Spencer spun in turn 4 and Rusty Wallace piled in.
And you see the damage to the right front fender. There you see the 2-car before said damage. And there's Spencer, and Rusty just don't know what to do.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to go. And he loses 7 spots, at least 7 spots here, I think, because he can't go anywhere. But he's got, I don't know how much that fender damage is really going to hurt him. What do you think here? I mean.
Now Dale Jarrett, penalty for.
See the wrench in the right there. Look. Too quick for me, guys.
Can't take the equipment out of your pit box.
That's jerked it out, but he will have to start at the rear of the field.
And also Jeff Burton will have to go to the rear of the field. There's a limit to the number of pit boxes you can drive through getting in or out of your pits. He drove through too many.
Wow, look at that start Gordon got.
Oh, man.
He cleared that cars a lap down, which is really important.
Jeff Gordon leads, Dale Earnhardt Jr. second, Kevin Harvick third, Sterling Marlin right side tires only on his pit stop up to fourth, followed by Ward Burton in fifth, then Kenny Wallace, Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, Ricky Rudd, and Ryan Newman. Jimmy Spencer behind the wall. Dave?
All right, Alan, this may go in the stranger than fiction category. Jimmy, what broke on your car?
You ain't never gonna believe it. I went down in the corner and I turned on it to make the corner and it wouldn't turn. See, I just locked the brakes down to try to not hit the 54 car, and then I feel bad for Rusty. That the steering box broke turning back to the left. It wouldn't turn. Weird. I've had no damn luck once again.
And apparently no one else has on the track either, Alan.
Yeah. Remember Sterling Marlin and that right side only tire change?
Didn't work too good.
He and Bobby Labonte and Todd Bodine and a few others all got sandwiched in. I think Bobby got the worst of it.
I think maybe Jeff Green might have gotten the worst shape of it because he spun out back in 3 and 4. Here we see
there's a just couldn't go.
Contact between him and the 22 car of Ward Burton, and there they just stack up almost exactly like Spencer. And there we see Raines and Kurt Busch and Todd Bodine all aim for the same spot at the same time, and
the traffic jam.
Yeah.
Bobby Labonte gets punched by Derek Cope's car in the back.
Watch Sterling here. He just can't get going here. That may be the tire deal.
And that's what you're talking about. And the 43 car is going to come in here in the very back spinning.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't get much damage because he spun out of the way.
And that's that accordion thing we're talking about.
Exactly.
Now watch the hole close in front of Kurt Busch here when he heads for the bottom. I think he just got nicked in the right side. This is Todd Bodine.
Now that's a hole closing right there.
Under caution for the second time in the Subway 500 in Martinsville. Back to Martinsville and the restart in the Subway 500. Robbie Gordon was the lucky dog. He's back on the lead lap now in 34th position. And it's Jeff Gordon leading the field back up to speed.
Well, this time Junior, the 8 car, gets a terrific restart. Stays right on the back bumper of the 24 car. Don't you know Harvick and that 29 car is in? Doggone it, it took me 30 laps to get by that 8.
Yeah.
And I lose that spot in the pits.
Yeah. One of those boys in the pits are so important, especially for a driver, because of that. He works so hard to get around a guy. Don't want to give it back up when you come down pit lane.
Showing the black flag to Tony Raines. He was supposed to restart at the tail end of the longest line, I believe for pitting too soon. Came in with the lead lap cars because he got damaged in that wreck and didn't go to the back of the line for the restart. So now he's going to come in for a green flag, stop and go penalty.
Then better off to go to the back of the line.
Kyle Petty, 45, first car 1 lap down. Hoping to stay there and get a lucky dog pass. How about Rusty Wallace, Bill?
Well, made 2 stops under the previous caution and just stopped again under this caution. They had a problem, Alan. They wanted to change 4 tires, but because the field is so strung out under caution and the pace car speed is what it is, they didn't have time to come in and get lefts. They were only able to take rights and cut away the right front. So on that caution, they came in and got lefts, made a chassis adjustment, and sent him back out. Very disappointed, thought they really had a shot. breaking that 93 race winless streak today.
And they probably, the speed on pit road is 30 miles per hour, and a battle for second spot as Harvick goes by Junior. 30 miles per hour. Rusty got busted twice at Charlotte last week for speeding.
Yeah.
So this week, trust me, he will not be speeding.
He'll be playing it fairly close to the best.
And that's why that they could not take that chance.
Other pit stops under that last yellow: Sterling Marlin, Jeff Green, Derek Cope, Bobby Labonte, along with Rusty Wallace. Guys that basically got nicked up in the jam there off turn 4.
When I see Rusty Wallace's car, Wally, I'm concerned about one thing: his brakes on that right front. It looks like that the air dam might have been damaged, that scoops air and goes in and cools that right front brake on the tube.
Watching Ward Burton do a little stalking on Dale Jr. for that 3rd position. Remember that Ward was involved with Sterling Marlin in beginning that last caution. He said this on his team radio right afterwards.
I just stopped in the middle of the corner. Certainly didn't mean to do it. 10-4, buddy. Message already delivered.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious, really, from the replay that Sterling just couldn't get the car going. And with everybody else on 4 fresh tires, they were going.
Yeah, for the record, Sterling doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that.
Of course that. And you see, message delivered, they do that through the spotters up on the roof.
How about a Stacker 2 NASCAR Winston Cup track fact as we look at Kenny Wallace running 5th place in the Stacker 2 car. This racetrack began its existence as a dirt track, then it was paved. Only 2 drivers, one on both dirt and pavement, Lee Petty and Jim Paschal.
Uh-oh, we got Ryan Newman going around in turn 2.
Loop-de-loop. Caution flags out.
Looks like he got a little help from somebody.
He's trying to get going and rejoin because with the no racing back to the yellow rule, if you spin, is that left rear flat?
Looks to me like his left rear tire is flat.
With the no racing back to the yellow rule, if you spin, where you get back going again is where you fall into line. In his case, there was so much traffic coming by.
I don't know if it's flat or not. I think it's just these guys run such low pressures. Here, I think 30 car gets into him right here. Yeah. Steve Park got to the back of him.
And the lucky dog on this one, Kyle Petty, will get back on the lead lap. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
NBC's coverage of the Subway 500 is brought to you by Pontiac, fuel for the soul. By NASCAR Thunder 2004 from EA Sports. Races end, rivalries don't. By Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. And by Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner.
One more lap before we go back under green in the Subway 500. Yesterday's NASCAR Busch Series race at Memphis. Great finish, coming to 2 to go. Johnny Sauter with a little wiggle, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. helping him out of his way.
Yeah.
And Bobby Hamilton Jr. went on to score his 3rd win of the NASCAR Busch Series season. Championship really took a twist, too. There's Hamilton Jr. winning. And we check our top 5 finishers from... share the victory with the crowd and the spotter. Our NASCAR Busch Series update. David Green had some engine trouble, so look at the championship. 4 races to go, 44 points 1st to 5th.
That is outstanding.
Atlanta next Saturday for the NASCAR Busch Series. We'll have it on TNT.
All right, now. Harvick is in front of the 8. Got a sight set on the 24. Jeff really hasn't had anybody knocking on that rear bumper all day, so we'll see if Harvick can apply the pressure.
Just might change with that 29 car back there, Wally.
Not been a very good racetrack for Kevin Harvick thus far in his NASCAR Winston Cup career. Best finish of 16th. But he's running 2nd now and dogging leader Jeff Gordon.
I'd say he's dogging him. Looks like that last 2 laps anyway. Harvick can run lower. Jeff's up the racetrack a little bit, but Jeff is getting that bite off the corner. Just enough to stay ahead, pull ahead.
Jimmy Spencer coming back on track after repairs to the steering box on his car. 36 laps down to the race leader in 43rd position.
Here's on board now. Look how flat these corners look. It looks like it's flat as a board.
Yes.
But there is banking there. And it feels like it's flat as a board on these race cars. When you go in here, you just slide over like Kevin Harvick's doing. That banking, it doesn't seem like it helps you in the corner.
What is the banking, 9 degrees here? 12 degrees?
Yep. Race for third place. Ward Burton working on Dale Jr. 22 and 8.